Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are safe at your own places. So, now we will discuss about the first chapter of biology. Its name is tissue. So, now let's study. So, students, before starting the tissue chapter, I'm just going to give you some introduction about the basic concept through which the tissue concept will be started. As we know that in the previous class, we have done the basic term about cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Means with the help of cell, the various structures of the body and the functions occurs in our body. In the same way, we will discuss the next different types of cells. In our body, there are varieties of cells which perform its own specific function. So here I am taking the example of epithelial cell. Epithelial cells are present in the skin, and when these cells, not only these, when the cells combine, they form a tissue. Further, it forms epithelial tissue. So now let's begin with the title of the chapter, tissue. What is tissue? As we know that cells when combined they form a tissue. Basically we can say that group of cells are called tissue. This is the basic term. But here we will discuss in detail the definition of tissue. A group of cells that are similar in structure and carry out a specific function. So here we will take the example of our body. For example, in our body there are various types of organs, and every organ have its own specific function. In the same way, in our body there are varieties of cell, and the varieties of cells form tissue, and tissue further perform its own specific function. So here you can take again with the help of definition, it will be more clear to you. A group of cells that are similar in structure. Similar in structure means those which are same in structure but they perform its own specific function. I think it's clear to you. Now next, organ. Organ means parts of the body. How it forms? With the help of tissue. And how tissue is formed? With the help of cell. Cell forms tissue, and further tissue form an organ. And what is the function of organ? Various organs work in coordination and perform its own function. And further organs form organ system. As you can understand with the help of these examples. So there are various examples like nervous system, digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system, and so on. Means these all the systems are called organ system. Means when these all the systems work together, then our body can work properly. Means except any, if there is no one system is working properly in our body, it means our body does not work efficiently, properly. So it's all about the tissue, organ and organ system. So now let's begin with the next topic, that is the categories of tissue. As we know that all the organism, that may be plant, that may be animal, is made up of cells, and cells further form tissues. So here in this chapter we will discuss both types of tissue, plant tissue as well as animal tissue. But here first of all we will discuss about the plant tissue in detail. So here the plant tissue is further divided into two main categories. The first one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. So here first of all we will do the structure of meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue, it is the name of the tissue which is present in the plants, and its structure it is very small, thin walled. As we know that this is the structure of cell, and when the cells join they form tissue. So here they said the meristematic tissue is made up of small thin-walled cells. These are the thin-walled cells, spherical, oval, anything you can say. And these cells have large nucleus. As you know the structure of the cell, this is the structure of cell. It is a nucleus which is present in the cell and it contains a dense cytoplasm. Dense means it is very thick. The cytoplasm is present in the large amount in this cell and have small vacuoles. These are the small vacuoles. And this is nucleus. Nucleus is large in size in this case. And what its main function? Responsible for the growth of plant. So students, as we will discuss the various types of cells in the plants or in the animals. So what you will do, the main thing you have to learn its structure and its main function. As I am writing the function as well as describing the structure of our tissue, that thing only you have to understand, you have to learn, nothing else. Now next is the types of meristematic tissue. Types of meristematic tissue is apical and lateral meristem. Its another name is cambium. As this is the type of plant tissue, and further it is of two types, apical and lateral meristem. And this type of tissue is present at the tip of the stem or root. For example, this is a stem. And where it is present? It is present at the top of the stem, tips of the stem, and which grow in length throughout a plant's life. So it is known as apical meristem. So now next is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem is that type of meristem, means type of meristematic tissue, which is responsible of the plant for its growth in thickness. Like this is a thickness wise. As you can see the diagram on your book, this is like apical meristem is present at the top of the root and lateral meristem is present here, not at the top of the root or stem. It helps the plants to grow in thickness or laterally. Laterally means sideways. So actually these type of lateral meristem is found in the monocot plants such as grasses. Monocot plants are those plants which have only one cotyledon. So understand these two terms, monocot and dicot. Mono means single. Cot means cotyledon. The plants which have single cotyledon is known as monocot and which have two cotyledon is known as dicot plants. Monocot की example आप ले सकते हो like maize. Maize seed, I think you all have seen the seed of the maize. When we break it, it cannot divide into two equal parts, equal halves. But when we will break the gram seed, bean seed, it can easily break into two equal halves. Monocotyledon like this one or dicotyledon like monocot is this one and dicot is this one, means which have two cotyledon. I think you have studied these two terms in the previous class. Now next is dicot plants. Dicot plants have lateral meristem and which can expand laterally. You can take the example from the book like mango, banyan. These are the examples of dicot plants. So student, it is all about the meristematic tissue. before starting the next tissue, means what will be the next? As we are discussing the plant tissue is of meristematic and permanent tissue. And here we have discussed meristematic tissues, two types, lateral meristem and apical meristem. And lateral meristem is also known as cambium. Means meristematic tissue helps the plant, helps the stem and root grow in thickness. That is also known as lateral meristem, or its another name is cambium. Now before starting the next topic, means permanent tissue, we will discuss two basic terms, that is unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Uni means single, cellular means celled. The organism which are made up of single celled. Organism which are made up of one cell is known as unicellular organism. And multi means more than two. It means the organism which are made up of more than two cells. Example, you can take up unicellular organism like amoeba, paramecium, euglena. These are the organisms which are made up of single celled. And the multicellular organism, you can take the example of human and animals. So note down these two terms.